Do that there. You two divisions. Spearhead. Basically just coming straight across. Alright, cool. Destroy the destroyer. Destroy 2 submarines. 6 convoys. Some reinforcements trying to get in, obviously. That battle fleet's having a really good time just killing stuff down there. Marvellous. Right. Loads of Russians trying to get through there. We need to try and stop them. Tanks are on their way. Making good progress. Another destroyer down. How strong is my battle fleet now? 5 veteran. Super elite. Like, no one else has any experience as the carrier's doing all of the heavy lifting. That's funny. And in fact, one of those carriers should be one of the new ones. I think you started with only 2. Soryu class. Tier 2 carrier. You're a new carrier, not one of the new ones, though. Oh, you're very short on carrier fighters. We are short on carrier fighters. Are we building any? No. Not quite enough factories because we're having to try and get over our artillery deficit. And in fact, we are making so many resources now, it's not even funny. Right, let's reduce you even further. And rubber. We are completely free of rubber. Oh right, because we own Vietnam, which is a rubber producer. Good stuff, good stuff. So steel is the main problem. Even then we're only importing 87. Can I see what's happening in Europe? The German Socialist Republic has been formed. The French are still fighting into the Ukraine. The Baltics have expanded up north. And that seems to be about it. The Americas are peaceful for the time being, split in half between the Pacific states and the Socialists. And Mexico, I guess. Meanwhile, we're getting ready for an assault of our own. Is that one of the tanks getting into place? No. You two are close though. When those icons start moving, we start moving. Alright, and then with that, we're going to need to support them. Yeah. I was hoping that we could try and do some pinning actions against those guys, but apparently not. Because we need to try and break through here if we can. There's nothing going to be pinning them. Meanwhile, over here, I think one of you is going to need to pin that, which you're able to do just fine. And you guys are still attacking. Right, so orange, new orders for you. Come on, go away. There you go. I actually want you to take Kamchatka. You can go backwards. That's just going to confuse the hell out of the AI. It's backing up on itself. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? This side of Kamchatka. There we go. All of you, go that way. Off you go! Jack Tank, do I have focus researching? Also, are you investing in structure in China so you don't run out of supplies? I am not. That is a good point, and I should be. No, I don't have a focus right now because I'm trying to finish up the other stuff, and my focuses just aren't that good. The ones that are left. Right, infrastructure. That is a good point. I mean, we got all the way over to here, but we're not really supporting this area. And we should be. You're right. Let's get up to 5 and everything, because we're not using that many troops. We'll just do that and bump you to the top. There we go. And we have a lot of civilian factories now, so that should get done pretty quickly. Alright, did the tanks get through? Short answer is no. No, they did not. They didn't even get started. Except these guys. Those guys did. You stop and come through here instead. Huzzah! You don't stop him from getting anywhere. You're pinning him. Excellent. You're pinning him. Marvellous. And that means that these two can get through again. Yes! It's gonna work. It's gonna work. You stay behind. You go that way. Right, yellow. Yeah, yellow's still fine attacking this way. I'm going to need their support. And also the Marines, of course. No worries. I always appreciate people chipping in and doing stuff. I'm neglecting my air bases, planes and radar because I don't have any. Besides, in Asia, I've come to realise, especially with the lower tier planes, they just don't have the range to be effective. And that is a massive penalty. Like the planes that I have right now, the tactical... No, actually, they're interwar tactical bombers. Have a minus 97% combat bonus, or penalty, because they're out of range of everything. So aircraft I'm just not bothering with until we get a bit closer to Europe. And by then I should also have the more modern stuff. So, yeah. The only aeroplanes I'm really using are on the fleets, which are the carriers. A couple of the tanks already. Fantastic. Let's drop you guys over there. Deploy those two. You can get into a new unit and start terraining. Marvellous. Alright, you are blitzing your way over this way. That is good. Oh, my tank's getting through. Oh, you ran in the way. Grr. Kill you off easily enough. There we go. He did. We'll go through the easier fights. You're defending right now. You go and kill them. Right, you lot need to be aggressive. Navy's doing fine. I do keep an eye on the Navy, mostly through damage reports, and our fleet's taken almost no damage whatsoever. The German fleet was already battered quite heavily by the German Navy. The German fleet was already battered quite heavily by the Union of Britain's Navy, even though they did eventually win. They were massively depleted, and now we control the entire coast of China. I'm even less concerned about it. The only one that probably has a fleet that could compare with mine is, I would assume, the Pacific States. 80 to 103. Like, we've lost almost no ships here. We still have 155. France, 6. Union of Britain, 46. Germany... 70 something. So none of them really have a fleet worth anything. Like the German fleet's still probably off the coast of Africa or something, protecting their holdings there. It looks like the Russians are managing to pull a lot of their troops back, which is annoying me. They're doing a pretty good job of preventing their tanks from getting through. Not good enough, but a pretty good one. See, this is why I need you guys attacking them. To pin them. Alright, we have 2 tanks here now. What are you lot doing? You're actually backing off. So we're going to cut them off in Urga. Yeah, I think we are. They're scrambling. They're going to try and protect this bulge, but it's not going to work. Meanwhile, we're past the water bit there. We're pushing through to here. You guys still have a job. You guys are still going. And now you're going for Kamchatka. Marvellous! Nope, you're not doing anything. That is unacceptable. Let's launch a bit of damage against them. Let's have you attack that to stop you from reinforcing over here. You're attacking me into that tank, which is a mistake, because as soon as my other tank arrives, that guy, you're going to assist over there. And he'll already be on low strength. Pacific States of America own Eastern America. No, sorry. The Combined Syndicates of America own the Communists. East and West. Yeah, unfortunately I think that the Russians have already got a lot of their troops out of this pocket. So it's not going to be quite as effective as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 divisions, probably. I was hoping to get about 20, but I don't think I will. Have I thought about adding anti-tank guns to the infantry? Yes, but it's another thing I'd have to produce. Though that's not really a problem anymore. I'd prefer to use rocket artillery, because the enemy tends to use more infantry. My conscription laws are still super low. It's limited conscription, though I am noticing my manpower's gone. Is that because we just recruited another bunch of troops? So I'm going to stop doing those, because I don't think we need them right now. And then those guys that just appeared, that'll be you lot, added to the training army, and let's get you trained up for some action. In fact, no. Let's put you in a new army and have you come out over here. That'll do. And I'm going to switch you out with the Marines so I can train the Marines up instead, because the Marines are going to be way more effective. Where the bloody hell do you think you're going? No, 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 no. Alright, and once we've taken Ergo, we're going to have to switch out how our units are functioning here. I think the yellows are going to take this bit, the Marines will continue to hold this part, and then the yellows will sweep across the north in Siberia, and I'll send my tanks down here to see if we can get a cut-off around the Urals. Or at least take over that area. Alright, construction, good. Assembly line production, are we still doing tanks? We are doing tanks. We have artillery, not yet. We should get that. But no, we need production first. Always production first. And there we go, cut off. Right, tanks. Cancel your current plans and just hold. Marines. I don't want you active in this area. Just cancel that. I would like all of you instead. And also that order. All the Marines form up there and just... No, don't just hold that position. Prepare for an offensive against this, though you're probably never actually going to do it. And then the yellows... You can do that current offensive, and then I want you to take all of this. And I will send you some reinforcements. And then the tanks are going to be the ones doing the actual crushing in here. So I don't think you necessarily need my supervision for that. Will I change it? No, because I now have 153,000 manpower again. Because I cancelled those troops being trained. Even though Russia has a silly number of troops, I don't really need many more. I mean, we might do. Tanks are the main thing that I need, but that's mostly a production handicap. We have the medium tanks, the mechanized that we're struggling on. I think I've already got 2 full mechanized going. I do. Oh, we have a bunch more trade that we can reduce. Reduce you. Do one more. Surplus of 6 is way too much. I usually prefer like a maximum of 4. Aluminium, apparently we don't need any more of. Rubber, we're not importing anymore. We actually have a big surplus of this. Right. Let's stop La Plata. Let's stop the Commonwealth. And then Britain. Surplus of 4 in steel. In steel, I think it's okay. Because I want to make sure that we keep everything being built. Although actually the last of that steel will be going for ships. I never built the... I have a billion convoys because I'm an idiot. I meant to build carriers ages ago. Okay, I'm officially an idiot. I should have done that years ago. Alright, now I need resources. Whoopsie. And steel. From you. That's not what I wanted. I need more, not less. Hello? One more. Okay, we have all of those materials needed. Marvellous. You have no idea how this game works. It is not the most complicated game ever. I mean, it looks kind of crazy because of all the different lines and the goings-on, but a lot of it is actually just automated. So the basics are just assigning units to lines and then telling the lines to go and do things, and then telling the lines to go. So for example, these units here, the purples, are assigned to this commander. This commander has a line over here, and this line is told, you need to take the land up to this point. And then the flashing arrow means they are currently active, they are trying to do that. And then it's basically assigning troops to wherever you need them and keeping the troops well supplied. And that is all controlled through the production line. And you're basically just assigning factories to each production section, up to a maximum of 15 per line. Then over time they get more efficient, which is what this bar is. So the longer the factories are producing the same thing, the more efficient they get, the more output you get. Western Europe is mostly socialist, yeah, that's because of the mod. After the First World War, Germany won. Well, Germany won the First World War. France and England went communist, allied against Germany, which was still an imperial power, took Germany down in this game, and have turned basically everything communist because Germany was the only one that was there to stop them. Japan is still an empire. Russia is still an empire. These two empires are currently colliding. Great Britain, the Empire of Britain, fled to Canada. So Canada is now the head of the British Empire. And they're doing something, though I don't think they're actually in the war at the moment. And then America split in half after the Second Civil War. Germany put up a fight. Yeah, Germany definitely did put up a fight. I mean, they lasted probably a year, I would say. Because I beefed up Germany's starting position. But this is an excellent mod. Like, if you have Arts of Iron 4, I'd strongly recommend playing Kaiserreich. Play it first as Germany, because you will understand what happened. No, this is World War II. This is World War II we're fighting right now. The Second World War was when the British and French communist states declared war on Germany. So basically, it's the historic World War II in reverse. So after the the Entente was defeated in the First World War, they went to the radical ideologies. They became communists, they became fascists and all that other jazz. Germany did not. But then the Great Depression, when it came along, hit Germany the hardest because it was the foremost capitalist nation. So Germany is reeling from the effects of the Great Depression. They have very little interest in fighting because they've just won the First World War. But Britain and France are out for revenge, and that's what kickstarts the Second World War. It's kind of the reverse of what really happened, where France and Britain really didn't want to fight. The Great Depression hit the Entente nations rather than the German nations because fascism managed to undo a lot of the effects of that. And then Germany basically was after the Allies for revenge. There were other reasons, obviously. I'm simplifying this dramatically. But that's essentially what's going on. Losses, that's a good question. I have lost a grand total of 196,000. Russia has lost 207,000. And Allgemeine Ostasian Gesellschaft has lost 503,000. So they've lost about 700,000 to my just over 250,000 total. So we're doing pretty well. And the Russians are going to start really bleeding soon because I have a couple of plans on how to chop them up. America, Civil War. So after America was in the First World War and they lost, their nation became very unstable. They also had the effects of the Depression. There were basically two. Wall Street hit once and then the Berlin stock market crashed as well. America had a five-way civil war. You had the Union States of America, which is southeast. You had the Combined Syndicates of America, which is the north around Detroit and Chicago. New England usually splits off, though they didn't in this instance. And then the Pacific states in the west coast also split off, including the Pacific. And Mexico basically used the instability of the US to invade, so they've taken Texas and Southern California. So Mexico is the one that's come out of this the best, probably. Which is why I buy a lot of stuff from Mexico now. They're great trading partners for me. Right, tanks. Why are we... What? Why are you going that way? And yellows. Why are you still assigned to this? Actually, the yellows being assigned is fine. Right, what the hell are you lot doing? Are you sailing across? Why are you not sailing across? You have plenty of convoys. And you're trying to get to there. Alright, you're attacking. You're attacking. You're pushing forwards. Yeah, that's fine. And you're currently resisting them. There are no blues over here. All the Marines should be on that front, but I will be switching the Marines out for these guys as soon as they arrive. And yes, I will give you a commander. Nishio, I'll put you in command. In fact, once you arrive, I'm just going to put you where the Marines are right now. Which is everything from here down to here. No, that's the other blue bit. Hold up, that's not entirely true. Marine stopped here. Alright, you need to be a different colour, because that's just confusing. I'm going to make you white. Black. Better. Right, you need to not be there. You need to go up to here. Right? Right. And then once you've arrived, the Marines can back off. They can get trained while you're plugging the gap, and then we'll send the Marines in where we actually need them, because they're going to be really, really hard. Why is Russia ruled by a kid? It is the heir to the Russian throne. So in this, the Bolshevik Revolution happened, but because Germany won the First World War, they entered the Russian Civil War on the Tsar's side, restoring stability to Russia. The socialists are still causing problems, and that's something you have to keep on balancing, playing as Russia. But they've basically, the Tsar is still there. He was never shot. Tsar Nikolai. Actually, no, Nikolai was shot. Russia became a democracy underpinned by Germany, but as part of the democracy, you can bring back the Tsar, and that is essentially what they've done. So if you're playing as Russia, your focus tree is absurd. It is absolutely massive. This is the Russian focus tree. It is humongous. And the reason for that is because it is split up into all of the different government directions you can go. So once President Kerensky is assassinated, which always happens, that's a scripted event, you can basically pick what government direction you want to go for. So obviously you can go socialist if you want to do that, which gives you an entirely different focus tree. Or you can go for a constitutional monarchy, which means basically keeping a parliament but with a king. You can bring the Tsar back, which I think is the kid. You can bring in Dmitry as a new Tsar, which is basically someone crowning himself, or he's the kid's uncle or something. He's not the crown prince, he's like the next one in line or something. A republic of aristocrats, so the aristocracy takes control. Democratic republic, so you're full democracy. Or Kornilov authority, and this is basically the fascist area. And there are two lines. You can go militaristic fascist or straight out fascist. Basically. And then once you've done this, that's when the rest of the tree opens up. And again, this is split in different ways. So depending on which government form you are, determines what kind of economy you can have, which opens up these options. And like the whole tree is kind of split up in that kind of way. Russia is really good fun. First, play as Germany, so you understand what the hell is going on in the game. Quite important. Then play as Russia. And have your mind blown. Because Russia is a lot of fun. Like, you can deal with the Second Russian Revolution if you don't play things right. You can completely tank, and I mean tank, your economy and take years and years to recover. Or you can come out surprisingly quickly as a really powerful superpower if you play your cards right. Where the hell are you going? Just go here and attack that. Marvellous. Right, what's time? 20 past 3. I was going to stop 20 minutes ago. And I won't yet. I'm going to kill this pocket. I'm going to send the tanks over here so I know what the hell I was doing next time. I'm going to switch out the Marines so they can get their training done. I'm going to make sure that my roads are being built. Yeah, actually. This is the Trans-Siberian Railroad, so it is fine. And then it's just these areas that need a bit of beefing up. Let's just add those to the list. Marvellous. So, tanks, come on, do your job. This pocket's really not going to last very long. It will disintegrate remarkably quickly. Let's go and make sure we take all the little spacey bits. We can go and attack that. I mean, they're not going to have a new organisation. They're cut off from supply, meaning that they will get no organisation either. And we can modify our government once again. Right, so one of the things I was thinking about doing is getting rid of you. Or the head of the government, which is actually like the worst possible option. What are we? We are national populists. We are actually fascists. So we're not well, we're an empire, but a super duper strong. The emperor rules all. Empire. Okay, national populace. Here we go. Political power gain and resource gain efficiency. Consumer goods, daily political power. Reduction in consumer goods. That one's not bad. You're insane. Civilian construction speed and military construction speed. Interesting. Refinery construction speed, a bit late for you. Consumer goods, nah. Don't really need unity. People run on an island. If they get on the island, we've lost anyway. I think we're going to go with Cons Fuminaro. Reduces the amount of political power we get, but that's not a problem. We generate tons. Increases the likelihood of others to trade with us, which is good. And massively increases construction speed on civilian and military factories. I like the sound of you. Marvellous. We have a new Prime Minister. He was not elected. Alright, you are killing that. Excellent. All the tanks are doing all the things. Cool. Have you guys arrived yet? Not quite. You're actually getting into position right now, though, which is pretty good. You're starting to dig in. And then you will need to have an objective. And that objective can actually be to take this. Alright, good stuff. This pocket's almost dead. And then once the pocket's died... Oh, actually, 12 units. I miscounted. I'll have a count of how many units we've actually managed to kill in this game. In this pocket, roughly. I mean, they're going from 237,000 to... Wait and see. They're retreating into here, but they're dying as well, so it's fine. Easy. Why the hell aren't you in a unit? Not that it really matters. You're about to withdraw behind the lines to get your training done anyway. You guys are still in training. Tanks are still coming, so there shouldn't be anyone else without a unit. There aren't. Good. Good. And the tanks are looking particularly strong right now, which makes me very happy. Here we go. They're starting to drop. Dead. They have gone to 335,000, so they lost about 100,000 men there. Right, tanks. Your job is going to be to start between these two rivers and punch your way across to there. And then across to here. We'll catch another pocket of troops in here just because it'll be fairly easy to do that. And then once we have this, we basically, via Stalingrad, go towards Moscow. So we're doing what the Germans wanted to do, but in reverse. Right. Is there anything that we need to import? Does not look like it. No. Right. Black guys, are you in place? Not quite. We'll wait for those guys. I'm going to go up to speed 4. In fact, is everyone worn out? Not really. Nope. You are. And you're still getting into position. Okay. Oh. Never fight a land war in Asia. This is why it's so slow. Going into Siberia is going to be even worse. Oh, hold up. What the hell are you trying to do? Who's this? Oh, I see. Interesting. Missing unit there. Right, so the units on here, I would like you to take that. And, yeah, cool. The units here are going to push straight across to there. Go. I'm kind of hoping that I don't need to garrison this because you'll push across. So I'm going to hold down shift. I'm going to click on you to enact that plan, which means that you guys are going to push across. Excellent. Tanks are on the way. Marvellous. You guys still haven't quite arrived. You're doing a fairly good job of getting into northeast Siberia, Kamchatka. Aha! Tier type 3s. Cool, so that's the new tank. So what we're going to do now is get the Haro, which is the tank killing thing, blowy gun. Self-propelled guns, that's the word. We're going to upgrade the Chi-Ha to Chi-Nu, but I'm also going to upgrade them. I want their engines to be better because we just need to move faster, and also a little bit more armour. So I don't need to... replacements aren't a problem. Doing more damage would be nice. That we can afford. Yeah, that's fine. You're quite a lot faster. In fact, if we reduce the amount of army, it'd be even faster, but... We are somewhat limited by the level of the mechanized infantry, so I think that 10 kilometers would be the maximum with tier 2. Tier 1 is only 8. So already you're going to be faster than they. And then the tier 2s will be slightly faster. That's fine. Chi-Nu 1. Close that. Bring this up again. Select Chi-Nu 1. And then we lose less efficiency. Right, let's get those upgrades going. Ooh, and we have dockyard. Really? Oh, we just finished the light cruisers. Right. I don't actually want you to finish that. Just keep putting them in the battle fleet. Cool. Right, have you guys arrived yet? Not quite. Come on. Let's go. Go, 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 go. These two should be able to do that job pretty nicely. Almost there. Almost. Oh, hello. I'll just call you Intercept. I have no idea if you're going to reach that fast enough, but off you go. How far away are you? Fair ways. That garrison's holding. No amphibious assault warnings. Thanks. Because if we get there, then we can kill those 7 divisions that are trying to invade us. Oh, we caught a German navy here, which was sinking pretty quickly. And now we're engaged with their... Oh, it's another carrier. They're on 1. I don't think we're going to make this. It was worth a try. Spotted it just too late. 0. It doesn't really matter. I mean, basically just going to be trapping them on that island and we can just hit you with my marines. Right, have you guys finally arrived yet? Oh, come on. Hurry up. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah, they've taken it. Disappointed! But you have just lost 7 divisions for taking Aigashima. I'm hoping that you think that's worth it, considering 7 divisions is a very small fraction of your entire military right now. So never mind. Right, now have you arrived? Most of you have. In which case I'm going to say to you guys, I'm going to cancel your current orders. Hopefully that doesn't leave any holes. Nope. And we're going to go back over here. We're going to garrison that kind of area. And once you are over there, train. And get you up to scratch. Right. And actually we could then use the Marines to go and take this back again. Hopefully this means I'm sinking their navy. That would be very nice. Alright, you guys, intercept fleet. I want you on patrol. I wish I could do more than just 2 areas. Is anyone else getting the Philippine Sea? I don't think they are. You just patrol that area. That's fine. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much to everyone for watching. I do hope that you're enjoying the stream.